I'm just trolling you guys. I knew the mic was muted. Alright, welcome everyone to another fantastic pantsless Saturday. I'm your boy, Helpful Tourist, otherwise known as Ed. I work here in the Quality Assurance Department at Revival for anybody that catches this stream and has no idea who I am. This week we're taking a look at all of the user-made submitted challenge mode maps. Our editor came out recently and we posed a community challenge to everyone to submit maps using our editor, and we have 13 submissions. We have a lot to get through today, honestly. I'm all by myself. Ben is out of town. He's on vacation, living it up, Lord knows where. Giant, I imagine, is sleeping in, and James is who knows where. I think he's probably sleeping in also. I really enjoyed looking at some of these levels. I haven't been through a lot of them. I want to try and give everybody a fair shake today because I know it's a very large investment to make one of these levels. My levels are lackluster, to say the least, so we'll see how everybody did. I'm sorry about my shirt choice color today. You might see a little bit of green around me and a little over here or whatever. I did the best I could to filter myself out. And also, I hope you guys like church bells. You might not be able to pick them up, but the church near us has been going absolute crazy with its bells. Man, everyone loves church bells. They're going nuts. I think I told you guys that I had 13 submissions. If I didn't, I do. I have 13 submissions. I have a handy little list right here covering all of them. There are a lot of violations to the single name level rules, you guys. I'm just really disappointed in everyone. Hard, fast rule, one word. It's not hard. You know, I mean, you just think of one word. If you think of two or three, just cut the other ones off. One word. I'm just kidding. You guys can do whatever you guys want. It's really hard to look at the camera. I like to look at myself when I'm on here, so if you guys catch me doing that all the time, I'm sorry. So whatever. The rule. There's an inside joke of a rule that levels can only have one word for their name because, like, everybody's like, oh, you know, this is my whatever it is. Anyway. Yeah, I'm like a parakeet. Ooh, pretty bird in the window or whatever. I'm looking at this one word. Okay, so I'm going to try and give the game some sound and jump in. We'll take a look at them. We'll work our way down through it. I wanted to give everybody a huge thank you for submitting these. Like I said, it's a big time investment, and we really appreciate that you guys spent the time to make these and submit them in the 2-week deadline that we gave you. Ideally, it would have been good to have a little bit more time, but we were super anxious to see what the community could put together. So I might be a little critical at sometimes. I hope my criticism is constructive, but I wanted to get out there that I appreciate what everyone has done, and by no means am I saying that you guys should stop making levels or stop designing things or any of that. It's just that this is, at the end of the day, a competition, and if it has to come down to nitpicking, I will nitpick in order to pick one that I think is the best. If there isn't one that stands out above everybody else's by leaps and bounds, I've entertained the idea of waiting to crown a victor. This is something that I really don't want to do because I like giving people the gold title for as long as possible, considering that's our only reward that we have right now. But if there isn't somebody that stands out, I really do want to give Ben a chance to look at some of these. And he's supposed to be in, I believe, Monday. So if he's not in on Monday, then I might just go with what my vote is at the end of the day. So without further ado, let's see if we can get the game going and start taking a look at these. I have a list. It's in no particular order. Actually, I think it's in the order of names that I picked out of the channel for submission. You guys are having fun in chat, so that's important. Have fun in chat. Alright, let's see if we can get things going here. Let's put this up here. Put this over here. Make sure I can still see you guys in chat. And let's get some sound going, because I don't need to hear the outside world anymore. Let's go to the beginning of all of this shenanigan. And let's give actual sound to the game again. Alright, there should be sound. Yeah, there we go. And now let's get the game window captured. Okay, so I probably have to fix this again, because it doesn't like it if I don't... if I don't start this, I'm going to have to restart the game, I think. It does. Oh, nope, there it goes. Okay, sometimes it just takes a second to figure it out. Need to broadcast. I know, I only have this many hands, though, so I can't broadcast in Discord. It should broadcast, Me6Bot, if he's working, should broadcast that we're starting right now. Yeah, those scores aren't mine. I know you guys like to think that those are my scores, but those are James's scores. He's way better at challenge mode than I am. I will probably be playing most of these on low-level difficulties because I want to look at the level design. The bot isn't working. Okay, well, he's a little jerk, and there's not much I can do. Maybe one of you guys... Is there a mod that's watching? If there's a mod that's watching, announce in there. If you guys have announce powers. I don't actually know if we gave you announce powers. The game should be showing up for you guys now. It's not frozen. It's here. So I'm just not doing anything. It's already been announced. Yeah, it probably announced when I went live like 7 minutes ago. I'm getting conflicting information. This must be what it's like. It's not zoomed properly. It looks like it's zoomed properly. Some parts are going off the screen. Oh, you're right. It is not zoomed properly. Maybe I can fix that. Oh my gosh. What am I doing here? Okay. Game capture needs to be resized, it looks like. Alright. Okay. Well, I don't have time to fix the resolution, so it's just we're going to have this nice little... We're going to have a little bit of a... Alright. Move myself up a little bit. There. Okay. It's a little bit better. There's going to be some black bands. I'm terrible at Twitch. We're just going to deal with those. Maybe you guys won't even notice them. Right-click on it. Fit to screen. Oh, alright. That seems like a reasonable thing to do. That's not an option for me. Oh my gosh. You guys are killing me. Alright, well, this is good enough. We fixed it. That's right. Good enough for government work. Okay, we've been wasting enough time here, you guys. You all know how to basically get the idea of what's going on here. Wrong version. Probably. I mean, you know, everything's a little bit harder when you stream by yourself. Honestly, I think that if you do want to get like super into streaming, getting everything set up and knowing your tools probably makes a really big difference. Doing it like once a week is not enough. So contact the game every... No, I'm not going to do countdown. I'm just going to do infinite, and I'm going to just stop after I get an idea of what my partners in crime are slacking off. That's where they are. Like I said, Ben is on vacation. Giant and James are both probably sleeping in. I was sick yesterday, so I didn't get to like coordinate with people in the office. I still am a little hoarse in the throat. I'm sorry. I did the best I could to throw this together. But like I said, good enough for government work. I got everything in here. I know we are a bunch of slackers. It's basically like we do nothing around here. Alright. You guys have seen all these levels. Let's get some that you guys haven't seen. First up, we got Krusty's submission, and it's Fulcrum. So let's check it out. He's got a pre-level image and an important key to the submission process. Some people I think might have missed it. There's a couple that these aren't actually submissions, so maybe everyone has them today. I don't know. Fulcrum, we're just going to do it on trainee because I want to check this level out. I don't really care about my loadout very much. I just want to see it. Fulcrum is a solid countdown map. Alright, well let's just invert these controls right away. Because James, and I'm probably going to need to change sensitivities. Yep, it's a little too high for me. Probably right around 30 is good enough. Okay, so we got a box. Got enemies. My boy Valkyrie. That's, if anybody missed it, that's the bot that I have for my tag in Discord. And it was a bit of a spoiler. We leaked it a little early. Okay, this is a pretty nice map here. You can see the lava, the dead ends down there. I like the layout. Textures. Ogre, taking care of business. It's got some nice decals on the walls to pretty the place up. His bands all look good. Doesn't have any strange geometry poking around. The performance is good, so it means he didn't go crazy with the lights. And I think it's small enough that that's probably pretty good. This would be pretty good. I honestly think this would be a pretty good 1v1 map. No, there's my keyboard deciding to do what it wants. No, we did not switch our keyboards for those that guessed that we did. I can tell you that this, as far as balance for difficulty, well, we'll give it more of a fair shake. Oh man, James has this music on wheel. I gotta give one ear a break. Okay. Like the lighting on the floor, that gives you a good concept of which way is up for when you're inverted. Arrows to indicate that there's a tunnel down here. It's a good call. This is a very good level. Let's take a look up here. Some interesting twos. Do I have any more height? No. Alright. Okay, so this is a good look at the trainee level. Now I kind of want to give it a fair shake on a higher difficulty. I don't know if I'm going to do this for every map, but I feel like I want to see this map on a higher difficulty. Make sure he doesn't have any light leaking around his vents. This does look like it would be a fun. I think this would be a really good 1v1 or maybe 2v2 map. Anything past that and it would start to get really crowded. I think this would be a fun multiplayer map. Okay, I'm going to drop out and I'm going to come back into this on a higher difficulty because I want to see how difficult it is to evade the mobs and if there's really any way to exploit it. There probably is, but let's take a look. Alright, let's go back. Fulcrum, we're going back in for a second look. And we'll play on Hotshot. Yeah, the live stream is really well done. There's only a tiny issue with it. And like I said, please don't let this hurt your feelings. Because I'm sure that we have equally egregious things. If you can see the end of the lava if you just look down the tunnel. You might be able to like have that drop off on a cliff where it's not as obvious. Like here, you can't see it, which is good. You know what? I'm trying to show people things. It's not as obvious up here. Like you can't see the end of it, which the beginning of the lava stream is very well done. This is how you want to do it. You can't see where it's coming from. It's a little kinky right there. You know, there's like a sharp angle there, which is a little weird. I do like that these doors are wide enough to make navigating easy even when you're bad at driving. There are some narrows to, you know, kind of ditch your trailing foes through and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I like the overall feel of this. I would like to see this with a custom music track. I know that that's a lot more complicated, but I feel like this map would be pretty sick with it. Oh, there we go, drift in reverse, whether we like it or not. How are the bots doing here? Able to find me? Be able to find me. Can I sneak someplace where they can't find me? I do like this large hole connection in the floor here. Okay, so far we get them coming from one side. Have I outsmarted them all? Nope. Okay. I like this map. This is a pretty solid map for a first look. I hope that there's some ones that are crappier out here, because otherwise this is going to be like way hard to decide who's going to win. Shout out Krusty, this map is pretty sick, man. Oh man. Alright, hopefully I'll be able to give you guys a quick update on console stuff, because I want to talk just about that briefly too. We'll do that near the end of the stream though. always talk about the next week's challenge. Oh man, yeah. More people making maps. We are always down for more people making maps. I gotta say, I'm not convinced that drops are in. As I have only seen energy and armor. Oh, no, there we go. There's some falcons. I lied. They're in. Okay, so we saw one minor issue there. Bot can get caught in this corner. You might want to take a look at it. Make sure that there isn't like any sort of weird geometry. Maybe it's just certain bots will get caught there. That maybe they don't deal with that one particular angle well. That kind of overcut or overhang. Overhang's the word I'm looking for. 15 minutes in and there's over 10 maps. You know, I make the rules here. I'm not on any sort of time crunch. I do what I want. I'll get to your, just because, you know, just because your map is third from the bottom in it does not mean that you get to tell me when I'm done with each map. You guys need to simmer down a little bit. I will give everybody a fair shake. 6.5 minutes of that 15 minutes was me just doing absolutely nothing. So, yeah, see? Bosun's got me. It's a Saturday day. Yeah, it's a day. You guys don't even know. Alright, I like this map. I think it's pretty good. The problems with it are extremely minor. There's like a bad, or a lazy lava river, and we saw one bot get stuck on a piece of geometry. There's a little bit of a lacking of pickups, but I guess, you know, it is a pretty small map, so it makes sense. I mean, I'm hanging until I'm done with this list, so we're going for the long haul. It's probably going to be like an hour and a half. I can't imagine it going much longer than that. Okay. All right. I will come up with a mental score here. I think above average for sure. So if we're doing a 10-point scale, it's immediately going to be above 5 points. You got to remember, it's true 10 points. 10 being perfection. So I'm going to write down something. I might change my mind later based on other levels. You're not supposed to do that, but it would only be a slight adjustment. So I think it's probably like a this. This is how I feel about this. Okay. All right. Next, we got... Oh, man, I've covered up my list now. That's not the way that you want to do this. We got Turbine by Parabolicus. I think that's how we say your name. That's got to be how you say it. So let's find Turbine on our list here. Here we go. All right. Training again, just to get a layout. Let's get in. Be 2 more hours. Well, you know, we'll see how it goes. I don't think each level is going to be 10 minutes, but we'll see. Alright, let's see what kind of structure we got going here. We got a stacked with a little swagger there and a cave junction. Another pretty small level it looks like. I probably should have looked at the map of the other one. There's immediately drops in here, which makes me feel better about the drop situation. Oop, there's my keyboard driving me to the left whether I like it or not. Okay, so we got a nice lava pool down here. We got a cool overdrive pickup. It's unrelated. Not sure why I just went into slow motion. But fun times, nonetheless. Actually, I am really curious why it's slow motion, because I don't think I shot a time bomb. First, we're going to look at all the technical things and make sure you got all of that right. For weird intersections of things, stretch textures, odd bends in the floor. Looks pretty good. Yeah, there was a time bomb. Okay, I don't know how I shot a time bomb. Maybe I just like clicking the right mouse button every so often. You know, okay. See, do you see how I completely rotated to the left? I didn't hit any of those keys. This computer, I tell you. This has that weird lighting. Oh, I think it's those red lights. Weird reflection. Performance looks pretty solid here. So it's not like we went over the top with a bunch of crazy textures or decals or lights or anything like that. As far as level design, it has a pretty decent flow to it. This is a little interesting. Some item spawn corners. This does feel pretty good. This is a very polished level again, which is nice. Community all up on it. I like the crazy reflections going on here. Single river of lava. I should probably think before I speak. Zero thinks it's too dark. I don't think so. I actually like this. You guys might... no, it looks about the same on my computer as it does there. I feel like this cave system falsely leads you a little bit because it bulges out here. So it's got kind of a round chamber here, and it narrows up here. It's like a kind of like, it looks like a water balloon hanging from a faucet, right? What I'm trying to say. So as you head into here, you struggle to find the up if you're not familiar with this level. So you thud into the walls a little bit, but then you're like, here. Just a small design comment. I don't think that's really a negative. As far as technical goes, this looks very good. Might want to look at your light placement here. So if you come back here, you can see this light snap in and out right there. Small technical. Yeah, this transition is much better through here. Okay, I gotta play this on a higher difficulty too, because this is also a very good map. This is Parabolicus's Turbine, again, in case you guys missed it. Hotshot, we'll just do this real quick. I'm not gonna spend as much time on this one. I know light flickers are hard to eliminate. I'm not saying that you guys are bad at things because of it. I'm just saying that I saw it and that it exists. That's all there is to it. Bots seem to be pathing to me really well. That was on me. I should probably pay attention to what weapons I pick. Let's hang out here and see if they can find their way here. They can. This might be... If they only come down this hallway... Okay, they don't. I was going to say this might be exploitable. One thing about this ramp is as the bots path to you, they're going to tend to hug against the ceiling as they come down here because of the way that this corner is set up right here. And as they do that, you're going to have the advantage to most of them to shoot them because they're going to come around that blind corner and it's going to be a very easy pick. A way that I would fix this, I don't know. I would entertain putting an entryway back here so that the player doesn't have a very good corner to back into to just sit here and be like, because if they have a bit of an opening behind them, then they don't have a corner that they can back into all the time. Okay, so I like this map. I don't like it as much as the other one. I don't think it has about the same level of technical problems, very, very minor ones. As far as the design thing, a little bit lower on the design curve, I think, but not by much. Very minor differences between the two of these. I'm going to score this one slightly lower than the previous one, but I'm also not going to tell you guys what I gave this. I do like this. This is a good map. Okay, on to the next one. Let's dig in. Let's take a look at Dark Horse's Pyre. I think some people in the office took a look at this one. and they said it was very good as well. So I'm going to move over to Pyre. Okay, Pyre, got pre-level image and everything. Again, trainee, just to look at it. I should have looked at the map of Fulcrum, but it was just so little that I had a pretty good idea of what the level looked like without even having to look at the map. So, Masmic likes Pyre as well. Okay, first thing I want to do. Oh man, first thing, I know this level already. I know this level already because this isn't a texture. You guys are gonna look at this and think this is a texture. It's not. If you look at the map, you can actually see that these are real. These are things. This was built and then applied everywhere, which means that this might tank the performance of my level. I don't know streaming-wise how this is going to go, but I know that some people were having difficulties with performance on some areas of this map. But yeah, this was a lot of work to build this. I know there was some copy and paste element in it, you know, extrude, whatever, but still, that is some work to make that. It's basically like making a fake new texture, because I don't think we support new textures yet, and I'm not saying that we're going to, but that is pretty sick in and of itself. That's like a free +1 out of the gate because of how cool it is. Okay, let's get a look at this map. It's a pretty flat looking map. Not saying that's a negative, that's just how it's laid out. I liked the initial lighting. It has an energy center built in, which is like a plus for adding a technical element to it. Very cool. Alright, yeah. Let's take a look at the rest of it. Let's fly around and look. Shoot bot, shoot. I should have probably booted these up in Unity. It has secrets. That's pretty awesome. So a couple of extra points for having I mean, the other ones could have secrets too, and I could have missed them because I guess I wasn't looking for it. We got cool colored lava on the walls / floor. Minor technical here. You know what, keyboard? Anytime you want to stop driving me into that'd be great. Minor technical here. You can see this seemed pretty jarringly. A better transition there would probably be helpful. Or hide it with a piece of grate. I mean, you've got grate right here, which doesn't transition into this very well. You could put an overhang there. That's not that bad. I don't even think that's that big of a deal. This is a little wonky. I don't know if that's supposed to be that way or not. Over here, because of this gap, it doesn't look as bad or as noticeable. But when you look at it over here and it overlaps, it's very noticeable. I'd probably tuck this corner a little bit too. The rest of it looks very good. That looks good, and that looks good. I like that this room kind of ruins your idea of what is up. I think that is a very difficult thing to do in a lot of maps because of how the way that the editor is set. I'm going to actually pause for a second here. So the editor gives you boxes to deal with, right? And boxes make people make boxy levels. So when you get to an area, when you use like the cave tool or whatever, when you get to an area that ruins the idea of boxes, I think that's pretty cool. Because the editor is set up from the get-go to not ruin that, to not ruin which way is up. And because this level is pretty flat, for the rest of it, where you fly around, there's no problem deciding which way is up. You're going to know up every single time. I mean, regardless of what the bots are doing. But in this one little room, it can be a little disorienting, which is cool in my opinion. It's not a negative. In this aspect, it is a positive. I like the lighting. The lighting's very strong in this level. He has some very interesting use of lights and grates. This is super cool. It looks reactory-esque. This trench is very well executed. I'd like to get rid of some of these guys so I can look at this some more. Yeah, technically this is a very well done trench. You can't see any seams. for the average player who's just going to drive by, that trench is very well done. It looks cool, it looks visually interesting, there's no seams where, there's no rough portions where it joins at an odd angle. These corners are nicely rounded to make the flow of the level very streamlined. The secrets are interesting, it's like a little pathway. There's a teaser to this secret, another interesting thing as far as level design goes. Let's come around and take a look at it because I just found it randomly. But if you were flying around in this room, and you went to this energy center, which is good, because this is a positive point to draw the player to a point. Oh, look, here's something here. How do I get there? Is it this wall? Is it any of these walls? No, here's another secret. So this is a bait and switch. This is also a very interesting technique in level design. You show one secret and reveal another one, because as somebody is starting to look for this secret, they're gonna find this one. So this is very rewarding. They come in here and they're like, oh, that's cool, I found another one. But now they're back to how to find this one. This is a very good level design. Oh, that's not the key that I wanted. Too much Tarkov. Nope. Is it this way? Ah, it is. 2 entrances. So now the person is wandering around in here. They find this. They can also find the other way out. This is a very well constructed secret. You guys should take notes on how this is done. Okay, I know I've spent a lot of time in here. I don't actually want to go into this level on a higher difficulty. The bots are harrying me up as is. I just wanted to see what this is. This is a larger level. I actually like this as a challenge mode because it rewards a little bit of exploration. I think... I think from a technical standpoint, it's very well done. It only has some very, very minor issues. The performance is very good, so it looks like he fixed whatever performance issues there were associated with this crazy bricking. Or my computer is just good enough to handle it. Yeah, this is a very good level. Okay, enough doting. I'm never going to get through these. Good job, Dark Horse. I gotta give this is better than the other 2 levels that I've taken a look at. Sorry, I'm talking a lot here, I gotta get a drink. Ooh. Okay, on to the next one, or we're never gonna get through these. Zekadel did Titan Core, I hope I said your name right. So let's get a look at Titan Core. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Where are you at? Titan Core, Titan Core, Titan Core, Titan Core. The Core, almost got me. Titan Core, it's got a pre-level map. I don't really like this pre-level image. It doesn't show... So, if you look at some of these other ones, this level is good, and the pre-level image is very good. Look at it. It's visually interesting. Oh, I'm sorry. Look at it. One of these directions. It's very visually interesting. It's also very photographic. One thing that he could have done when he was taking these pictures, and I don't know if he knows this, but the pictures are bent slightly in the game itself, and so if you look, it's slightly off-center. So if he was trying to get a centered image, you need to take your image slightly off-center. This is absolutely ludicrous, but that's just the way it is. That is an excellent pre-level picture. This pre-level picture is not as good. Not only is it just lava, which I agree, lava looks awesome, but there is a very obvious set of seams in it, so I don't know if I would go with this as my pre-level image. I know, I'm sorry, Miasmic. We had an interesting in-office conversation about this many months ago, and then we'd all just kind of laughed, because that's just the way it is. Alright, so let's get a look at it. Trainee, prepare to get lost. Yeah, look at this, isn't a very visually interesting image. Okay, dark. Let's take a look at the level. Okay, this is a cool layout for a level. All lava, very novel. I don't think there's any way to get to the middle. Oh, there is. There are 2 ways to get into the middle. And I assume that this whole thing is lava. Interesting level. Let's get some headlights on. Computer. There we go. Okay. So it's just going to be a series of tunnels. Okay. This is an interesting level. I would say that this would probably be better suited for multiplayer. You don't want to... Okay, so immediately, I'm hesitant about the dead ends. I agree, some dead ends are alright. You know what, I'll keep playing and decide how I feel about that in a bit. I'm just going to ignore all of the myriad of lava seams that we're going to see, because there's going to be a bunch of them. There's going to be just an absolute ton of these seams that we see, like right there. There's a seam. And that's just going to have to be the way that this is. Honestly, this isn't too complex of a level, so probably not going to spend a lot of time reviewing this as the other ones. Did I run into the same dead end? No, this is a new one. Okay, so this would be a pretty good multiplayer level. I think that rather than have it dead end and offer ambush points, which is kind of what dead ends offer you, it would probably be better to just connect all of them anyway and make it flow more. Because if you're going to submit this as a challenge mode map, then the player can just, like, you know, basically sit in the end of one of these and then shoot down as the bots come to them. Whatever. Kind of lame. As a multiplayer map, you want the people to, generally, you want people to be able to continue to fly forward. And dead ends, while they have their place, I don't think that they offer as much play. You can hide in there and ambush, or you can have it connect and allow people to continue fighting from around corners and deking. Like if you had just connected these 2 points here, you'd have a loop instead, and then players can fly around in a loop, try to lose the people that are with them. This would be a pretty good map, a large multiplayer map, 8 players, if the dead ends were just kind of connected. Or maybe a little bit more obvious, cut the corners to a little bit more shallow. I don't know. That's a personal opinion. From a level design standpoint, I don't think anyone's going to murder you for it. I kind of want to see the core, so let's figure out how to get there. Left, 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 left. First, let's find a plug-in. Okay, is that a plug? That plugs in. I'm over here. I need to go around, up, and around. Okay. Be left. Double check my path here. I think I missed it because I think I need to go back down there. No, should be on this correct path. Hard left, up ahead, and then left fork. Alright. I think left. Oh, I meant right fork. I'm not very bright. Okay, so this should take us to the core. This needs to be fixed. This is a super abrupt lighting change. Okay. So, as you can see, as a challenge mode map, this is an abysmal challenge mode map, because the bots just are never going to find you. Okay, this is a little seizure-inducing. This is pretty cool. I think visually, this could be more interesting. I'm really torn here. I am. Because I get the idea behind this room, right? You want it to be like a hot lava core and you're flying around this core. I think it would be more compelling if the core itself was a different material than lava, or a different color, or if you had like stone pillars connecting it. Lava with lava, I mean, I get it, I'm just not a fan. Yeah, there's an element of novelty to this map, but I think it's kind of cool. I think this would be much better suited as a multiplayer map. As far as a challenge mode map, I would give this slightly above average. It has some technical problems, seams, lighting changes. It has a few design problems, and it has some personal choice problems. Blue lava is not required. Blair, no, you haven't missed yours. Yours is 2 away. Alright, so I'm going to give this... Oh, man, please don't. This is kind of a harsh rating. I hope you guys don't yell at me for that one. Okay, Miasmix is up next. Which challenge mode? Miasmic gave us Throne. So let's get into Throne. Throne. Oh, let's look at this. Let's look at this image, since I was being so critical about images. Throne. Okay. It's an alright image. Do we get a pre? No, yeah, we do. Okay. So, I like elements of this image, and I don't like others. One, you either lava in or lava out, so either make this more noticeable or less noticeable. This reflection destroys this row of lights here. I would work hard to get this angle out of here. This is also a little odd here. Honestly, pulling the camera a little to the right or a little to the left would probably help, and that's about all I have to say about that. That's pretty good, though. It is visually interesting. Okay. Starting facing a caution sign, kind of an interesting take on things. This gives me a very, like, southwestern feel. This is a very small map. As far as design is concerned, this is technically a little difficult to make. It's got like a torus, a wobbled torus, with a column coming up. A lot of interconnected angles. It looks kind of exploitable up top, but we'll get up there and take a look. So let's fly around this torus. There are pickups in it, which is good. This is a very, very small map. This would be a better suited map if you just made it bigger. The reflections look fine. Let's go down in the lava and take a look down here. I do like the wobble to the torus. This is tight right here. I get that maybe you want to punish people or make it difficult to come into this channel up. I think you would be better off making the flow into this better. Honestly, that would probably be fixed by just making everything a lot bigger. Probably twice as big. Line up this grate a little bit better. Yeah, line up that grate a little bit better. Visually, that's a little jarring. Sorry, Miasmic, I'm gonna be a little hard on you, man. I do like this level, though. I really like the color scheme. Yeah, this is just super tight. You want people to be able to fly. I mean, generally. I guess I don't know what I don't want to tell you what you want. But generally, you want people to be able to fly around and experience a bit of flow in their levels. This does have a lot of verticality to it, which is new to a lot of challenge mode maps. I kind of like that. So let's get rid of let's ignore which way is up for a little bit and see if this feels any better. Maybe this level would be better if it was built sideways. No, it still feels very tight. The other problem that you have when you, and I'm sorry, I'm going to pause this to actually talk about this. The other problem that you're going to have when you make tight corridors, I get that it makes it more difficult to fly, and that's kind of a compelling thing. Like, ooh, I'm going to make it, people can't, unless you're very good at flying, you're going to struggle on this map. But the problem is that bots are also going to struggle, and you saw it just a little bit there before I paused the map. The bots will bounce off the walls. I know this is trainee, and on higher difficulties they orient faster and they're better at shooting and stuff like that. But bots also do better in slightly more open areas. Like, look at this guy. You have chargers in here. If you're going to put chargers in a level, you need to have space for them to charge. He is absolutely zero threat when I am inside this tiny little corridor. I just go blah, 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 blah. No problem killing the bots here. So as far as the challenge mode map, the bots are really going to struggle. This is kind of an interesting thing that you've done here. I like that. I don't like that it's open-ended at this end. So probably either put some geometry there, because I think that's supposed to be built into the wall, or sink it into this pedestal a little bit further. It's a little visually jarring with these small squares meeting up with these large ones, but I think it's a good call to change the texture between those two, because if you went with all small squares in this room, that would be even more visually jarring. I would suggest doing kind of a plain texture on the ceiling, though. tried. Okay. Okay. Well, you know, trying is half of the battle. It's good that you put these arrows in to indicate to go down here. I'm not sure what these arrows are doing though. So consider reorienting these arrows, unless there's a secret here, which will be extremely well hidden, and there isn't. So probably reorient those mid-shaft arrows. I do really like this outside torus, and although generally I would say sharp edges on supports like this would be visually jarring, I think in here they're very good. I should have booted this immunity because I could have showed you a different angle for the level screenshot. This is pretty good. It's above average, I'll give you that. It suffers from some design problems, but I really like the color scheme for most of this level. Okay, I think that's all I have for this one. No, I want to look at these lights. Okay, this is really minor. I think that if you're gonna have such a sharp contrasting band right here, then this transition needs to be placed properly, because this is gonna drive everyone in the world nuts. Right there. Just drag it down a little bit and you're fine there. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty confident about the score that I'm going to give this. Okay, next we got Blarget 2, B2DM Tubular. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, I know. The thing is, all of it's a pain. Like, all of it is a pain to get done correctly, but it is totally worth it. Live on last day in Europe. Oh man, where are you in Europe right now, Nightmare Cat? All right, I'm sorry. While I'm talking with chat, let's focus. So we're doing B2DM Tubular. And oh, let's go back. I always click on that instead of looking at it. B2DM Tubular. Pre-level image. A little bright. Looks a little visually interesting. Yeah, I would work on darkening this a little bit. You have a lot that's going on here visually. If you look at this image, it is interesting, but it's also very busy. Let's go back and look at, so far, what seems to be probably the best pre-level image, which is Pyre's. If you look at Pyre, first of all, the level is larger, so he can pull back and get a much larger angle, viewing angle. But look at how well shot this image is. You have something that's visually interesting, nice geometric lines, which for this level is very applicable because this is very, this kind of level. This is a nice balanced image. But if we go back to, I'm sorry, I'm going to keep forgetting that it's B2DM Tubular. Tubular's image is very busy. There's a lot going on here. Ways to fix this? I don't know. We'll take a look inside and see if there's a different angle that might be better. Maybe this is just a very visually busy level. So let's randomize our stuff. I would say it's too bright, though. Oh yeah, you're gonna need to knock your lights down just a little bit, because it just destroys. This is a very cool level. You're gonna have a really hard time with seams, though. Like, just super hard. First of all, you're gonna run into things like this, where you go from one material contrasting to another. Maybe that's the goal. Not sure. This level could really have some good secrets in it, though. It might. See if we can visually see any. Oh my gosh. Okay, this level is larger than I thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to look at something that was just this area. So I'm curious to see. Oh, okay, that's fenced off. So he made a big room, so there's going to be something visually interesting in there. We'll have to go and check that out. You have... all of this is flagged as Energy Center? on the map? No. Maybe it's just using the lights for the energy center? You have super upgrade points in a challenge mode map. Not my first move, but... You also have stacked upgrades. I will say this looks pretty cool. It's very unique. But with this much blinding light, you're actually losing out on some potentially very cool details in the map. So I can't see anything here. Yeah, I do like that there's a kind of a cool, I would say this is like an Arctic looking lake. Honestly, this looks very like some lakes in like Glacier National Park or whatever. Put some dark mountain caps up there and it'd be very good. You can visually see this wall right here. So I would probably flatten that because you get a better view otherwise. You know what, buddy? I'm busy. I'm busy talking to my friends. I like how this leaks in. Very cool. I do like how this is lit. It's a unique lighting on the ice, and it looks very, very cool. Cavern's ceiling ruins the flow a little bit in there. Not a big deal. The rest of this room is nice. I would probably make this opening... No, actually, I changed my mind. I like the size of this opening. It forces you to really kind of orient before you go in there. Honestly, man, just knock the brightness down. Watch your seams. This is visually a very interesting level. I'm not sure how I feel about this as a challenge mode map. It's very small. I wonder if you could exploit the AI at all? Let's just wait here a second and see what the AI does. My hunch says that they'll have difficulty coming up here. If I was in Unity, I could just look at the... Oh, this is a 1v1 map? So, no bots right now. Yeah, I feel like this might be exploitable. It was good that you didn't put a rim on this, because bots have problems navigating over rims. I don't know, maybe it's not that exploitable. Maybe it's just that I'm on trainee. I don't like how narrow this gets in here. There's no real reason to have it be that narrow. This is a little weird. This just doesn't look right, and you can see... Well, it looks like you can see under it, so even if you can't see under it, visually it looks a little weird. It's also kind of weird that a bunch of bots spawn in that room when, you know, they should be spawning in here with me. So I would call that a technical problem, probably. Pretty cool level, though. There is an energy center aspect to this. Where is it? Is it this whole area? Okay, so the energy center area is right in front of this grate, which isn't visually obvious because of how lit this place is. Yeah, it's the same over here. That's kind of a cool way to do an energy center. Also, this triangle and this wall clipping into that, that looks a little bad. Okay, I would say this is an interesting level, but I'm gonna put it on par with Titan Core. It has different problems, but overall I think it's about the same. It is lit. It is very lit. It's a little small for my taste, but pretty cool. I kind of want to see what that is. Let's go up and look at that before I move on to the next one. Man, that church is still going ham in the background. You guys can't hear it. Oh yeah, just blindingly bright. I'm not sure what this offers. There's nothing visually interesting out there. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see it. Because I just don't really have a great opinion on it. Honestly, the biggest problem with this level is... okay, it's a tie. Three-way tie. One, it's too bright. And not by a lot. You can still have a very bright level, and it doesn't have to be this bright. Two, all of your spawns are stacked. Which, I mean, if that's the way you want to do things, you're just going to lose points on my opinion. Apparently I can hide down here. I'd probably make it so you can't go in here. This is just a weird thing that you can do. And then the other big one is the bots spawn out here, which is just simple. Okay, that was it. Next level. Next level. We're looking at Llama's level. OPception. Let's take a look. Okay. Okay, well there's something for you to spend your Saturday fixing. I'm glad I filled up your day. You're welcome. I'm just kidding. That's interesting. You need like 15 plus. Cool. Yeah, the light is broken. Okay, so it has some technical problems as we've discussed. So I hope you don't think that I'm being too hard on you. And who did I say we were doing? OPception? OPception. So let's go back. Look at the pre-level image real quick. Ugh, I always do this. You guys should tell me not to do this. OPception. This is a pretty good pre-level image. Has nice balance to it. It's a good angle. Shows a little bit of interest to it. I like this. I still think that my favorite pre-level image is Pyre's, but this is also very good. This is like barely lower than that. Because I like this color scheme. Visually interesting. Not sure how I feel about the fan element in the middle there and over here. I think it would probably be better without it. Okay. We have a description. A fortress flowing lava on the outer moon of Inception. This facility is hiding a heavily guarded secret by its mechanized autonomous operators. Kill enough auto-ops and they'll give it up. Okay, let's check it out. No, you were not allowed to submit 2 maps. It's 1 per participant. So I'm sorry if anybody else submitted 2 maps. I'm sorry if I'm looking at the wrong map for anybody. I just picked the ones that were in here. Okay, let's look at the map real quick. Cool. Cool layout. It's like a big shield. Fix my headphones a little bit. Okay, let's get in and look at it. It's also a very flat map. So far, we have 2 very flat maps. I like the size. This is a good size for a challenge mode map. Has good flow, as you can see, where I can continue to fly forward. Sharp angles, very sharp angles, which appears to be part of the intent of this map. As you can see, this is something that's pretty visually cool. He has these 2 ramps that come down here, and he continues this band, this thickness of the ramp all the way through, and then adds some nice lights here so it's not too dark. Interesting textures. This is very well constructed visually. It's got kind of a modern-esque feel to it. Alright, let's look at his lava. Where does it originate? Originates up here. I'd probably do something different with my origin of my lava. Cool little grid system to keep you from flying into it and burning yourself. And it actually works, which is important. Until I get here and I burn myself. Oh. There's a force field that is being generated somehow. First time we've seen one of those. Very cool technical component. Energy center. Works. Okay, so there's one minor technicality. Bots can't get through here. They're gonna struggle with this. I might just make this a little bit wider. I know that this is a central component of the level, and that is in the screenshot. You could, if you don't want to do anything to ruin the shape of the center, you could hexagon this out by cutting a big swath out of this area of the map, which would make it a little bit easier for the bots to get through. I think it would still preserve a lot of the geometric sense of this level. The single fan is kind of off-putting. In such a clean, smooth level, I don't think I would have put a fan. Are there any pickups? I haven't seen... There's one pickup so far. It's in the center. Restricted area. This fan, or this vent, has something wrong with it. There's either no fan in it, or nothing behind it. Something visually wrong there. Like the lava on the second floor. Could have been kind of neat to see it tied into the first floor somehow. Not really sure why there's lava up here otherwise. Decal fan. Gotcha. Ooh, interesting. I think this is intentional. It is. It's a little hump up. Kind of visually cool. Yeah, and it continues around the edge. I don't know if these are intentional. Oh, maybe they are. They could be lights placed. I think they are. Hard to tell. I like this level. This is a very cool level. It's pretty good as a challenge mode map. Only some minor technical issues. Can I drive myself out of the map? By jamming myself in this little corridor? No, not really. All of his scenes line up pretty well. Honestly, very high attention to detail here. Yeah, this map does have very good flow. I agree. I think that's one of the strengths of a challenge mode map for the most part, because you're going to be fleeing from bots. Having good flow is very important. I like this. I'm not going to spend all the time to unlock this. I assume that after a certain number of bots killed, that it will open that up. This is actually a pretty good transition of lava. It bends over the edge very nicely. The ice lava or whatever, green lava, whatever you guys want to call this stuff. And these cool, quote-unquote, cool lava tubes. It looks nice, man, and it all flows into this grate pretty well. He hides the transition behind the grate. Pretty good, man. The only thing I would change about it is up there. Yeah, this is a good level. I don't think this is quite as good as Dark Horse's level because of the one minor technical issue where the bots can't get through there. So I'm actually going to bump this up, and I'm going to put this just slightly below it. Yeah, let's do this. I think this has enough issues to warrant that, and then this is going to get this right here. Very good level, though. You call the green stuff acid. If Sirius's map had lights, it would win. Well, he's got something to do today then, doesn't he? Look at all the tasks that I'm helping people with. Okay, we're about halfway done. Maybe a little bit further. We got Fozon's level up next. Flying Toaster. Let's take a look at it. Flying Toaster. Flying Toaster. Pretty good pre-level image. I have no complaints. Visually interesting. Shows the level. Yeah. Let's get in and see how accurate it is. Alright. We got a lava pits. Those are transitions. Pretty good transitions there. Nothing looks too outstanding. Shot. Excuse me already. Security door that opens. Kind of interesting. Could have just put probably a standard door in there. I don't know why we had to go with a security door, but maybe like look. Yeah, alright. I'll give you that. That's pretty cool. Okay. So my thoughts on these are they're not needed. I would either go hard into this cave room and make it larger and make these more pronounced, like make them stalactitey, or I would smooth those out. Either go all in or bail. Yeah. Half and half on this. Oh, a wind tunnel. Oh, a curvy wind tunnel. I like that. I like that. And it's dark. That's really cool. That is really cool. I want to go ride that again. That's pretty good. It doesn't, you can probably navigate that without hitting the wall. So that's very good. The doors are security ones because they're the only ones that slide. All the others clip out top and bottom. Okay, I was trying to go more all in on the cave. No, you gotta commit, man. The cave looks pretty good. You can just talk to me if it was on. I'm reading almost every message. Yeah, the curved wind tunnel is sick, by the way. A good lighting choice, making it dark. That was a solid choice. It feels very roller coaster-y-esque. Yeah, this is cool. I like it. And you made this room big enough. This is something that's important for everyone else that's making things to take note. That when you come in here, you have the ability to continue the flow. You can come right up here. Honestly, I probably would have put a second way out of here, like over on this side. Or gotten rid of this overhang a little bit. Not really sure what purpose that is. But this room is big enough to keep you going forward so you don't feel like you thud into a wall at the end of a tunnel, which can happen. Oh, another interesting little wind tunnel. Oh, yeah. Round those corners, man. I'm assuming that... Is this the outflow? Yeah. I'm assuming that you made it so that if people were quick, that they can make that corner. Is that what it's supposed to be? Maybe that's what it is. I'm not quick enough. Let's go back and try one more time. I think I have to hold to the right. Maybe I can make that. Maybe if I boost. Interesting element. Honestly, this would be... Yeah, you can make that. Okay, that's pretty cool. I would probably make that a little bit easier to make that corner, because that's a very cool element that no one has seen before in any of the... At least I don't think anyone has seen it before. So round those corners and just make that junction a little bit easier to switch. Then the player feels like they're more in control of where they're going in that tunnel. I mean, if you want to keep it challenging, I guess that's all right, but I probably would... It would feel better to a larger base of people if more people could make that corner easily. Honestly, this probably would be a much better single-player level, the elements that you have introduced in here. It's interesting for a challenge mode map, but some of this stuff is so cool that I feel like I want to see it in a single-player level. I'd like to see this turned into a single-player level. I want to know the story here. I want this cave section to be more robust and more spiky and jaggedy. These are just interesting wind tunnels. It's alright as a challenge mode map. I think that if you flesh it out some, this is a very good start to a single-player level. Feels like a playground. It does have a little bit playground to it. I also like to see some secrets in here. If you do have secrets in here, they're too hard for me to find making these. It's a pretty good level, though. Did I look at this level? No, I didn't. Yeah, okay. Pretty simple level. It's got that one little arc. The little crossover section here. I like this. It's a pretty good level, man. I'm not sure that the bots are good at handling all the sharp corners that you have. It's pretty good. I would put this... How do I feel about this? Yeah, okay. I think you're right. I think that's, well, a little bit higher than that because it's got some uniqueness. Okay. Okay, I didn't spend too much time on this. I really like your wind tunnels. I really like the curving one. That's a very cool element. Pretty cool visually element, or visual level just as a whole. I'd probably also get rid of the caution strips in there. I know what you're going for. You're trying to show people that there's a corner that they can make in there. I think it would be better to just round those corners over and let the player discover that they can make that corner. The arrows are good to indicate that, you know, this is an out hole. Then I'm not going to waste my time trying to do it. Same here. Yeah, that was a good call. I like your room shapes in general. Some of these sharp corners could probably be rounded and it would be a little bit more flowy and more interesting. That's my only real complaint. pretty cool though, man. I like it. Yeah, I'm sticking with the score that I went with. Okay. Fozon, I hope you got some feedback out of that you thought was valuable. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed me just crapping on your level there for a bit. Personal OCD comment, I wish grates didn't poke out of the sides on the map view. I know, it's just not a whole lot we can do about that. Sorry. All the geometry of this level is pretty much made in D1. Okay, well, something to shoot for this. Add reward to the corner turn accelerator. That's a good suggestion. If you are able to make that, you should put a pickup at the end of that. Okay, let's take a look at Josh M's heatsink. Let's see what we got. Quit. Heatsink. Did I miss it? Uh-oh. Did I not move this over? Core, throne, Titan core, Venturus. Ooh, I might not have moved this over. Okay, we gotta jump out of the game for a second, you guys, while I figure this out. Where did I put... Well, let's just look in the actual folder itself. Sorry, you guys. Sorry. Navigating. Did I not put it in? It's in overlay heatsink.cm. Okay, so let me just check this again, make sure I didn't screw something up. No. Why is it not showing up? I wonder if, let me just double check. No, that one shows up. Did you put it in the folder after you launched the game? No, I did not. I put them all in the folder at the same time. And it shows properly as an overload folder. Thank you, Miasmic. I already put it in there, though. It's already in there, you guys. Already in there. Alright, take care, Nightmare Cat. Have fun with the rest of your time in Europe, man. I don't know what you're doing there. There should be a maximum level count, and even if there was, it should show up because it was one of the earlier ones in here. We might have to come back to this one. I say that's what we're going to do. Yeah, we'll come back to this one. I'll just underline it. If anybody in the community has grabbed this from Discord and verified that it works, let me know in chat. Because if it's not working on your end, then I'm not going to waste my time trying to get it working on my end. I'm thinking I know what the problem is. Yeah, he didn't. I don't have his CM file. I just have his overload file. I don't know if I have the editor on this PC right now. I must have it somewhere. I would need to export it. Okay. Well, at the end of the stream, we'll revisit this. It's heatsink. I just need to get the challenge mode, the actual... Instead, the challenge mode file itself, I have the overload file, so I need to export it in the editor. Okay, we're going to move on to Venturus. We'll come back to this one at the end if there's time to export it real quick. So let me get back into the actual game. In-game. There we go. So let's get to Venturus. It does appear in-game. Okay, Shroud Eye. I just didn't grab the CM file, so I'll grab that at the end. For now, let's take a look at Venturus. Let's look at the pre-level image. I don't know why I keep doing this. Okay, Venturus. Ooh, a little dark. Visually interesting. I'd probably pull the camera back so that you can see the point of that diamond. Just kind of bugs me that it's cut off, since that's the visual focus of the image. Good color scheme, very alien feeling. Let's jump in, take a look at it in trainee. Personal favorite. Okay, so a lot of people like this one. 2 wind tunnels cross the central room for the structure, surrounded by various small rooms and hallways. It's a very accurate description. I don't know if it's a very interesting description. Give me some story here. Tell me about why this level exists, man. Alright. Let's get some headlights. Let's look at the map. Ooh. This is a fairly large, complex level. I like it. I like it. We have arcing elements. Irregular shapes. Cables. Yeah. Alright, let's dig in. Let's check the flow. Get some wind tunnels. Wind tunnels are good. Here's our little... We have drops. Drops are working. Visually it's a little dark. Really like this cool central piece here. A little imbalanced, but very cool. You'd probably be... Can I go through there? I can go through there. Okay. Alright, let's go find out where the entrance or exit that is. Go for a ride. Probably here. Looks like the bots might be having a little trouble navigating some parts of this. Oh, okay, so this is the out hole. I think I already went down that. I bet I can go up here and plug back into it. Well, I can plug back into this one. Don't really want to go down it. No. Alright. Well, let's go back to the outside and take a look at it. Can't find the outside. Here we go. Okay. I like this. I think it would be more visually interesting if you repeated the bars on the other half of it. I don't know if you can do that, though. Interesting angle choices. I probably would just eliminate this solid block in the bottom here. It is kind of interesting, and these things all meet together there, but I'd just make it a texture change in the floor so that people don't get hung up on it and bots don't get hung up on it. Very cool lighting changes in here. No broken meetings between textures or anything. Good level. Very clean feeling. Does have weapon drops, which is a major plus. I actually like this lighting effect, this reflection on that surface. Cool implementation of that. I like this part where these rods crisscross in the center, which I would call this the visual focus, or the focus of the level anyway. I'd entertain a level screenshot from down here, maybe. Yeah, if you vented the bottom of these, I would definitely entertain a screenshot from down here. Pretty cool. I like this level. Might want to play this on a higher difficulty just to see how everything plays out. But you're right, we're gonna be here forever if I do play it on a higher difficulty. Man, I feel like we're real close to getting good flow on this map, but it's not quite there. I'd like to see like a higher skill player play this level and see how their flow went. I'm just a little dumb. It is very interesting though, intuitively. Alright. Yeah, I don't think up is so important in this level though. Being able to find your way around the map is important. Up doesn't matter. As long as you can keep going someplace, I think that's probably one of the more important things. Played a couple of countdowns. Yeah, how did it feel in my eyes, Mick? Love this element. This is a sick usage of a texture. See how we have like two things that come in and point? And really well done. This has a lot of visually interesting elements. Is this a secret? Oh, you missed a golden opportunity for a secret right there, man. I wonder, are there any secrets here? Pretty ornate, exploration encouraged. I guess... I like this level. I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna put it pretty high up, but it's not my favorite. Yeah, I'll give it a this. I like that score. It has very few technical issues at all, if any. Bots seem to be able to path to the player relatively well, even on trainee. Visually very interesting, pretty clean, very polished level, man. I dig it. Would like a little bit better flow. Love the central room. I'm probably just repeating things now. Not a big fan of this cutout. Not really sure. I guess there could be a pickup in here. Still feels a little tight. I'd probably just bring that all the way to the ceiling and put the pickup in the center. Like, you know, right around there-ish. I just don't see why it has to be that little overhangy visually. Cool. Okay. Some ceiling lights would be a godsend for me. Yeah, it is a little dark. I don't think it's right on the edge of too dark. But, I mean, like, acceptable enough, really. If you're going for a dark level, I would say, yeah, fine, man, whatever. Okay. What do we got up next? Let's see here. Unit, we got Cryomatic Destination, I think is what it is. Let me just make sure my penmanship is terrible. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cryomatic Destination. Okay. Man, you're... No, I'm just... You get what is this? Orange and green with blue? Do you dress yourself when you get up in the morning? You know, are you still in here, man? I'm ragging on you here, man. You have to be here to appreciate my negativity. Not a super visually interesting image. I assume that you were going for like kind of a spectrum of colors in here. I feel like you probably could have done that better. I don't like the inclusion of the particles on the side here. I think you ran away. I'm sorry if you ran away. Hopefully you'll come back later and listen to me just tear your level to pieces. Alright, let's jump in and see how it goes. Yeah, okay. I do like the idea behind this level. A spectrum of colors. Pretty cool plan. Love the transition right here from pink to not pink and teal. Look at this. Look at this image right here. Ignore this giant hump in the middle here. Oh, what is it? Let's get something that's nice. Look at this image right here. This is a good set of colors. You've got a purple, a teal, blue, and a red. Very, very cool. This would probably be with a green, and you can definitely get a better pre-level image. Thank you. Cryomatic is colorful. I am well aware. Very helpful of you guys. That's why I said I assumed that that's what he was going for in his little screenshot. But I think you can actually come up with a much more visually interesting way, even somewhere around this angle where you have because if you look at these color transitions, they're much more visually pleasant. You know what? You guys can go and find something else to do. They're much more visually pleasant than the like brown and orange one. Kind of an interesting level. Just get rid of these giant penises all over. I assume that they're there for lighting needs, but you can probably achieve that without them. They just make you thud, and this level would flow much better without them. Yeah, I think you're doing it for lighting. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what you're doing it for. Cool little circle that you got going there. I'd probably make this a little bit less regular. It's like a square. I'd probably round it to a perfect arch, closer to an arch. Interesting that you went with this into this energy center. Man, I almost wish that this was all just cool colors and caves. I'm not saying that this clashes too hard, this like structure part. But the cool colors and caves are just so cool. There are holes like into the outside world. Oh, the lock-on noise? Yeah, creepers, enemy creepers, and missiles will give a lock-on sound. And you get a visual warning, too, if you've never noticed it in the past. Let's look at the map. Did I look at the map yet? No, I didn't. Yeah, man. I feel like this map was destined to be all cave. Love the color combinations. I actually am going to rate this map higher because of the use of colors than it probably deserves to be, design-wise. A lot of these color transitions are very good. You got the blues and the purples next to each other. I mean, look at this. Look at this color. You could just use that as your freaking image. I wouldn't, because it's not very visually interesting. But the color transitions are beautiful there. And then you go over here. You got the teals to the yellow. Man, this is good. There's placed images. Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I don't know about the giant penises and the giant, the gratings. Just make it cool caves and colors. I think caves and colors are very cool. Different color themes in different areas is a good idea. I don't even think it you know, for navigation reasons, I don't think it matters. I just think that it's like a cool color experience that you drive through here and you get to see these like kaleidoscope effect. And there's always like, look at this. I come here and I get a new kind of interesting visual angle. Maybe that's why he put these giant things in for the light to reflect more off of them. I feel like there's a different way of doing this that doesn't break up these corners as much. Or consider continuing that. I don't know if I make it. Alright, you got your boy Miasmic saying keep the half columns. I mean, I'm not saying they're terrible. I kind of get what the point of them is. I just am convinced that there might be a better way to achieve the same goal. Also, there is a lot of sexual suggestion in this level. I do really like this level, man. This, I like, design-wise, I don't think it's anything crazy. Visually, I love this experience. No, I'm gonna give it more than that. I think it's on par with the others. Yeah, I like this level a lot, man. I think if you spend some more time on this level, this could be an absolutely amazing level, and I would just love to fly around in it. Look at that, reds and blues. Good choices with a lot of the color transitions, which makes me think that you really could do better with your level screenshot. There are so many other visually interesting angles, color-wise. I don't think that is the best one. It's a cave. It's not just a cave. It's a color experience, man. I mean, you could just say it's a flower. It's not about just being a flower. It's about looking at the colors and how they contrast and complement each other. It's just a painting. It's just a painting until you look at the colors of the paint. There's some very famous paintings that are just colors mixed together that aren't any real objects. Yeah. I like this level a lot. Okay, I'm gonna stop sitting here and lionizing this level. Let's take a look at the next one on our list. We got two more to get through, and then maybe I'll try and figure out heatsink if you guys can bear with me to try and figure out what I screwed up on that. We got Cirrus's Microcosm. Let's get there. Quit. Alright, here we go. Microcosm. Oh. Alright, first things first. Let's have a serious discussion. There is... For the rush job on this one, might like to see it anyway. Alright, I'm going to judge it just as harshly as everyone else is. You don't get a buy just because it was a last minute thing. First of all, we're going to start off with there's no pre-level image, so that's a little disappointing. Always like me the pre-level images. Got your placeholder. I feel like I might need to up the resolution. James might be playing on 11. First of all, I hope that your pre-level image has to do with this very visually impactful thing here. Got wind tunnels, looks like they're working. Would have liked to have seen a little bit more interesting visual cue for that, change in texture or something. This is a useless dead end. It's just going to be someplace that you can sit and farm things. Do you like the preview? Probably would just connect this all the way through someplace. Maybe even let it go back to where this originates. But have to, you know, either make it another tunnel or make the player have to drive there on his own. I probably would smooth out this transition, you know, into this door. You already probably know that, so don't want to dwell on that too long. Let's find out where this tunnel goes. Kind of interesting. Like that there's a break here. Like that there's a door that leads to this big open area. Force fields. Trench. Worthless trench. It really destroys the flow. Things you could do, you could lower this whole collet that you have around this lava pit. You could make this room bigger and make the transition down to there a little bit smoother. Yeah, those are some suggestions. Or you can just keep it because it's your level and you do what you want. Let's look at the map. I want to see this map. Big level. Has to be a big level because he wanted to be in a cave. Like the idea behind this, very cool idea that you are going to be inside of this looking out onto a caved region. You can do some really cool environmental stuff. Minus 10 points for having golems. Hilarious, you guys. Yeah, classified is just the placeholder pre-level images. So if you don't supply a level image, it will always be the classified image. And that's why it's 1,300 segments. That does add up. That does add up. Are there switches to open these? I assume there are. I'd like to know where they are. Please tell me. Or are they just there for you to look through? Yes, okay, there are switches. A little dark, and as you can see, this bot got stuck here. So you might want to smooth out your entrances to your tunnels. Yeah, you got some lighting to add. Some interesting textures. You gotta smooth these corners out. You can't have people thudding into stuff. There is a place, I want to be very clear, there is a place for very angular levels. We saw that before with we saw it with Obception and Pyre. Both very well. Post-stream upgrade. Couldn't get it to work. Yeah. Stuff for that. I was gonna say you can have very good angular levels. Nice secret, nicely placed. It's easy enough to find. Like this coloration, but I think you would be better off to round the top here as well as the bottom. It would just look a little bit better at these transition points, I think. Not sure, but just a thought. Down in the ice cave, like this underneath part. This is actually shaping up to be a pretty cool challenge mode map, but you might have problems with the bot's pathing with such complex ones. Like this room, you're obviously going to need to tighten up the seams here. I would seriously entertain having that open up to the whole room. The room is very visually interesting and compelling. You might want to just tease it with the grates here, and then if the players are able to find their way up to the top, just open up to that. Don't know how that would be with the bots. Do like this level. I think this is shaping up to be a pretty cool level, and I look forward to seeing it in its completeness. It's just not as complete and polished as the other levels. You have some rough transitions, some places bots get stuck, some bad design elements where players are gonna thud into things. Do you like that there's a kind of two halves to this? There's like an ice half and like a Well, there's actually like 3 halves, so thirds, if you guys will. There's like an ice third, there's like a complex third, and then there's like an overworld third. It would be interesting to me if they were connected. Right now, you can only get into 2. There's complex and ice world. There's the button. Found the button. Ah, it's on this side. Okay, interesting. Not sure how I feel about buttons in challenge mode maps, because once you shoot it, it's over. So my question is, why have it there in the first place? Because basically anybody that's looking to set a high score is just going to rush to the button to open those doors, unless there's a reason to keep it closed, in which case they're never going to hit it. So from a standpoint of a designer, why have the button at all? Something timed, if you could do something timed, you could have it open and close. That would be cool. I don't know if that's something that you want to do. Not sure what your options are. Yeah, definitely worth investigating. You might want to break up. I get that these large grid areas are so that you can see out, but you might want to break it up with some spokes that aren't as visually degrading, just because this isn't super interesting. Yeah, this is a pretty cool level, man. There were force fields, Pieman, if you missed it. Unfortunately, I have to grade this kind of hard because it's not as polished as the others, but I don't want this to dissuade you because I think this is a very good level. Force fields can't go that large. Okay. Yeah. And I think that force fields, honest, I see what you're saying about that. I think that force fields would visually detract from that. I think adding spokes is a way to go. You could also consider other grates, or just let the player fly out there. Sorry, yawning. Okay, we got 2 more. We got Shroud Eyes the core, and then hopefully I can quickly run away and you guys, Dr. Chair will take over. He's my esteemed colleague, while I quick import the level. Hey, if somebody wants to do me a huge favor and drop in Joshy M's heatsink, just the CM, the .cm level into Discord again, because it might be in there. I don't want to have to re-export it. If it is in there, I can just drag and drop it over. That would be very helpful. So let me take a look at Shroud Eyes. Well, hopefully someone is willing to do that for me. Shroud Eye got us the core, so let's take a look at that. Hopefully that was enough feedback on that, man. Core. Okay, no pre-level image. So we'll have to jump in to find out what we're in for. Alright. Not a terribly visually interesting start location. Medium-sized level. As if I'm not mistaken, has a reactor in it. And a locked door. Okay. Kind of interesting. Destroy the monitors for the achievement, you know. So far I like this level. It's got a very good centerpiece. Dude, the reactor is an excellent candidate for a pre-level image. I'd probably go with somewhere around this angle. Yeah, because I like this row of lights. Probably try and put that reactor at about a third and a third of the image. Somewhere around there would look pretty nice. It's up to you though. Do whatever you like. You could probably get a pretty sick image in this hallway too. These lights are really nicely set up with that this mountain business. Nice. So far the bots seem to be pathing pretty well. Like these transitions. This reminds me a little bit of not Blizzard. What is the hold on a second. I gotta do this. Reminds me a bit of pipeline. Got a very pipeline feel to it. Let's get back in. The core. Probably could do a different name for this. It's kind of generic. Thank you, Miasme. Alrighty. It's got drops. Smaller reactors, nice touch. Yeah, this reminds me a lot of that pipeline. Locked door. Probably would just... I'm assuming that this door can't be open. Thank you, Miasme, that's all. I'll get to it after this. I mean, I get that this feels a little bit like a reactor room. It is a pretty cool reactor room to a level. You could definitely see this being brought into a single player level, but I think this works fairly well as a challenge mode map. This has a very challenge mode feel to it to me. I also really like this map. I think it's visually interesting. It's pretty clean. I don't see any errors with weird corners. I like that you doubled the height of the hallway in here for most of this. That's very important in a challenge mode map. Narrows down here. Pretty good choice because it opens up there. Yeah, that's not your fault. It's our own silly game doing that. Really like this level. This is just a good level, man. This is a good challenge mode map. I actually want to play this on a higher difficulty. I'm going to exit now because I don't want to spend too much time on this and not get a chance to look at it on a higher difficulty. So, the core, hotshot. Yeah, but get your pre-level image, man. You're going to lose points for no pre-level image. Let's see how this feels on a higher difficulty. Got a very good flow to the level. And we go backwards for fun. Bots seem to be getting around the level decently. Do like the core. Visually very cool. Yeah, look at that stuff bouncing all over the place. Had it shot but couldn't make it work on time. Alright, no problem, man. Take a look at it next time. Like I said, I really hope that you guys continue to make levels. I don't know if I'll be able to check them all out, but I know the people in the community definitely appreciate it. As long as we keep getting levels of this caliber in that channel, like... Man, absolutely. Think of how many swag levels there are going to be in this, you know, a year from now. There is no music. But I might not have implemented that correctly. All I did was drag and drop them into the folder. I don't know what I need to do to get the music to work. I don't think I've talked to Luke about that. So I won't fault you. I'm not going to fault anybody for no music. I don't know if I have to do anything on my end to get music working. I shouldn't, right? Like I just drag it in there and the music works. Maybe I didn't grab your music file? Or what's needed for the music? I don't know. I haven't talked to Luke about that. I've been too busy doing console stuff. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible human. Music and CM all need to be in the same zip. Yeah, I just dragged and dropped it into the same location, so... If the music ain't working, I blame you. I can look. Hold on. Let me look. You guys get to see this for a second while I go and look. This is the core. Yeah, I only have your .cm file in here. Maybe I grabbed an older version, or maybe I didn't grab enough stuff. Challenge mode. Oh, I do have your text document, but I don't have an image. Oh, it's just Titan 8 music. Okay. I don't. So I think that the text document is supposed to point to the file. Let's see if I can find the core. The core. Yeah, it's pointed correctly. James might have music turned off. Let's take a look. Mouse. There we go. Sound options. Yeah, he just has it turned off. That was easy solve. There we go. Now we have music. Ooh. Well, now that I have the music working, I'm gonna have to judge your music choice as well. Shouldn't have pointed that out. So, I'm on Hot Shot, and I'm just not sure. You might want to look at some of the bot pathing. Looks like they're pathing fairly well. You do have some nice long hallways for the chargers and stuff, so that's alright. Maybe it's not that bad. They do get to me eventually. I do like the flow of this level. I honestly think this is a very good level. Music choice is... Let me put my other headphone on. This is a pretty solid music choice. I don't think it really adds or detracts from the level, so I'm just not going to add any points for it. Very solid level, though. Yeah, okay. I know how I'm going to vote on this one. Okay, and now, let's leave this here. And, there we go. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at our top contenders. Actually, I'm going to give this a little bit higher. Oh, no, wait. No pre-level image. You're right. Back to where we were before. Okay, top contenders, I will do this with that one and that one. Very close. And then this one, this one, this one are in second place. Third place, this one. Okay, we have one more. Let's see if I can get Joshy M's in here. Forgive me a second as I need to do OBS things real quick. Let's go out of game. It's me, no big surprise. And sorry as I have to look over here, but I need to go to our Discord. Hopefully this takes us to where we are. Alright, let's go here. Level editor, level publishing. Let's go to the bottom. Sorry, you guys. I know this isn't terribly interesting. Oh my gosh. Where is it? Where is it? You guys could have PM'd it. Oh no, wait. You would have PM'd it to Tourist, which I'm not on as right now. Okay. The name of the level is Heatsink. So if I'm careful, I can find it. It's submitted by Josh. Suppose I could. Okay, Heatsink. Here it is. Get the zip. Open the zip. Drag this in. Yeah, his CM file isn't in there. Which means that I have to export it. Read the chat. Tagged you in a post, dude. I'm not on as a helpful tourist. I'm on James's account. I think I'm on his James's account. Yeah, I'm on his James's account. I'm on his humbag right now. I'm really bad at reading chat, by the way, you guys. It's in a separate window. Oh, it is located in Level Editor. Okay, I will go to Level Editor then. I can handle that. There we go. Thank you so much. Let's download this. No, don't open it, Windows. What are you doing? I'm sorry, you guys. Windows has decided against its better judgment that it needs to open this as a text file. Not as helpful as it could be. So let's just download this. Then let's go to the folder location and drag it over. Alrighty. Okay, now I just have to briefly restart Overload. Excuse me, you guys. At least I can get back to seeing what your beautiful faces look like by moving my OBS window up here. Starting the chat. Last one, I promise. I'll try to get through this as quick as possible. Oh, Windows, you so silly. I got it. You guys are also very helpful. We got there, you guys. I promise. I promise. Okay. Challenge mode. Let's go to in-game. Alright, give it a second for the game to appear. I promise it probably will. It likes to just think about its life's choices. There it goes. Okay. So now, let us find heatsink. Alright. So, I'm not going to give you minus points for heatsink because the image isn't loading. That's probably on me, and I just don't have time to figure that out right now. My mistake. I won't factor it in, I promise. Alright, first things first. Let's pull up the level. Very regular shape. Like a torus. Kind of a cool idea. Regular levels do make good challenge mode levels. There's drops. Big rooms. Kind of narrowy corridors. Bots might have problems navigating these. Probably have a little bit better... I mean... I'm not a huge fan of hiding these in here. Oh my gosh. Now I gotta kill Discord with a knife. It's gonna keep making noise. Rip. There we go. Sorry, James. I didn't have time to switch over my accounts. I swear it was only getting that low. Okay. Let's get back to the critique here. A little overlit in my opinion. Some nice long corridors. Charges are a good choice here. I probably would just not put the power-ups in these little cubby holes. It's a pain in the butt to have to look for them. Breaks up the flow of the level. You could alternatively round some of these corners. You could remove those elements. It would really just keep the flow of the level. I mean, you got a fine flow anyway. It just doesn't feel good to have to duck into each one of these or to like look for each one. I guess after you've played this like 20 times, you'll know where they are, and then you can go in there, but at that point, new players have already moved on to other levels, so... Not sure how I feel about that. I think that... yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. This one feels irregularly narrow compared to the others. Let's just sit here and see how the bots figure out this pathing. I feel like they might have like kind of a rumble strip effect where they bump along like this as they try to get to me. I'm not sure how you could fix that. Okay, let's sneak over here and see if there's one here. Anybody? Should have played this on a higher difficulty. Oh, here we go. You there. With a hat. Come get me. Okay. Yeah, definitely shouldn't have played on training. Alright, maybe we can get some more to spawn. It's a fairly simple level. Simple doesn't mean it's bad. Visually... Alright, keyboard. There we go. Visually... Not sure about this. There's a slight angle here. Yeah, alright. I'm fine with that. I like this level. Oh, let me get my chat back up. I moved you guys, I'm sorry. Mouse? Mouse. Alright, there we go. They do have an option, but it's James's account, Pieman, so I didn't really want to mess with his settings too much, because he uses his Discord for other things. Yeah, I mean, I have spent a lot of time testing this game, so I know how a lot of the behavior is. You got an open seam or an open-ended texture or whatever this element is right there. Small fix. You could continue this band all the way around, or you could probably find something to cap it off with, some sort of game element to cap it off with. Minor. Super minor, I know. That's my job, point out minor stuff. A little dark in the center. And headlights don't do much here because the walls are so far away from where you enter. I think you could probably use a couple, if you want to keep it dark, a couple of more red lights or lava. Like, just do this all the way around, man. Well, maybe not. Maybe you can't. Maybe it would be more difficult to do that. I do really like these lava elements. Pretty cool. Yeah. Pretty cool indeed. Wish this went somewhere. Can I drive into it and get energy? I can. Interesting element there. Yeah, if the level wasn't already this big, I would say that you could pretty reasonably make that a path to somewhere else. I'm upside down, sorry. I'll reorient myself. Now, I like that up and down don't matter quite as much on this. Visually, I think you could make this a little bit more interesting, man. Do like the general shape. Don't like the item placement. This is slightly above average as far as I'm concerned, but not by much. Let's call it a... Yeah, if I'm gonna be fair, this is what I would give that. Okay, you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to leave us in a terrible yellow room. Let's get back to the main menu. Actually, let's dip out of game for the post-game wrap-up. Thank you, everyone. I know, yellow. Was that intense enough for everyone? Thank you, everyone, for your submissions. I'm curious to know what OBS is going to do. Oh, it's just going to be a gray screen. Thank you, everyone, for your submissions. They meant a lot to me, and I know that everyone is super happy that we got as many as we did. I didn't think we were going to get that many. Thank you, everybody on stream, for bearing with me as I played through all of these. Looking at the scores, I have a couple that are really close. I'd like to announce a winner right now, but I also don't think that would be fair to the people that spent a lot of time on their levels. So what I'm going to do is, I have an idea of what I want to do for this week's challenge, but I'm not super committed to it. I want to bounce it off of Ben, and he's not back until Monday. So I'd also like Ben to get a chance to look at these, all of them, and give me his opinion, as well as a couple of other people. I know some people in the office have checked out some of the ones that have been here for a while, some of the levels that have been here for a while. So I'm going to ask you guys right now if you think it's fair to wait to judge this contest as well as announce the next contest. The next contest is probably going to be a speed contest because it's been a little while since we had one of those, and there's been one that's been sitting on the back burner that we've wanted to do for a while. So it might take a while, which would be nice for us because we want to crack down on console coming up. I know, Miasmic, I know, but I'm not going to tell you speedrunning what, and I'm not going to tell you what the rules are for it either, because I don't want you guys to already sit there and do stuff. But how do you guys feel about waiting to announce the winner of this contest until Monday? And I would say Monday afternoon, especially since I'm not sure that Ben... I'm completely comfortable announcing a winner right now, but I think it's not fair to all of the levels. My opinion is only one opinion, and there are many people that work at this company. Unit says it's fair. If I can get a few more people that give me their opinion, and like I said, I want to hear people that say yes and people that say nay if they are out there. Zero says wait, so we have 2 votes to wait. Okay, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wait to announce the winner, which means that the current winner, which I think is Mimosa, gets to stay gold for a few more days. And whoever gets the... Actually, because the next challenge is going to take so long, it probably... they'll probably get to stay gold for 2 weeks. And I'm still working on the outside of stream potential reward for these weekly challenges. We're just working on a little collaboration, which may work and may not, so I don't want to commit to anything, but there's a potential for an additional reward in the future other than the gold ones. All of you people that have worked so hard for the gold rewards that you have now, I want you to know that it will be retroactive, so don't worry about that. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I will tell you what my personal top 3 are, and then you guys can, speculate as to who's going to win after that. Let me get a drink. So my top 3 are, let me consult my list and my arbitrary scoring. Dark Horse is Pyre. Llama's Opception. And then there's a large tie between some other levels, but I'm leaning probably towards Cryomatic Destination from Unit. So those are probably my top 3. Yeah, that's how I'm going to go with those. So we got Dark Horse, Llama, and Unit. Thank you, everyone, though. I enjoyed playing all of these. I don't want you to think that because I was critical of your levels, I didn't have fun and I didn't enjoy them. I did. And like I said, keep submitting them. If you guys haven't checked the game out, the game itself is out. I assume that everybody that's in chat has already seen our game. These are some user-created levels that we've been checking out all day using our editor. But pick up the game. It's on Steam. It's on GOG. There's Linux. There's Mac. We're coming out with console very soon. I did want to talk briefly about the console because we get questions about it all the time. Right now, Puddles, Luke just finished his most recent round of optimizations for the console on Xbox. I haven't even looked at them yet. I'm very excited to look at them. That's what I'm going to be doing all next week. We have submission to first party coming up very quickly on our radar. We have all of the ratings boards that we needed to submit to done, so that's that. I know that you guys this isn't a lot of information. It's just that the game should play much better than it was going to previously. We were close to just setting it out and being like, this is what console gets, but Luke actually implemented quite a few changes, and it should be much better. So I'm very excited to come in on Monday and look at it because I was tepid about how the console was shaping up, but now it should be great. So hopefully we'll have more news for you guys on the next stream that we have for you guys. I don't know what our next stream is going to be, probably because there's going to be a delay. We might just try and see what there are for challenge mode maps in the community. We might also try and set some high scores on community challenge modes, but we'll let you guys know next week when we have Ben in there and we have a little bit more hands on our community management. Thank you guys all again for joining me. I hope you guys enjoyed this little peek into our user-created levels, and I look forward to talking to you guys on Discord. If you haven't joined Discord, it's where a lot of this stuff is going down. There's links below to join in Discord. And yeah, join. Super nice community. Over 800 people in it. And I'll see you guys next week and on Discord. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. The church bells, also, as an update, are still going. Have not stopped. Take it easy, you guys. I'm out.